Afternoon, everybody. JBuzzsaw79 here with another deck profile for Yu-Gi-Oh! We'll go ahead and jump right into it here. Alright. So this is an oldie but a goodie for me. Bring the camera in a second here. There we go. So we start out with Wind Up Rabbit. This is a chain beat. I've played chain beat ever since it kind of first came out. Nobody really likes it. I've taken it to regionals. The best one for that was 2 years ago now. Yosenju player. Very salty. We ended up calling the judge several times during the match. And he told me of his anger. Wind Up Rabbit's big thing is that basically his effect is he can bounce away from the field. Then he doesn't get hit by stuff. His other little buddy in crime is, of course, Thunderbird. I only run 2 Thunderbirds. I know some people run 3. I just, only reason I want to do that is because if you ever have 2 out on the field, they both can't bounce. If you read the bottom of the card text, it says you can do the effect of Evil Thorn's Thunderbird once per turn. So if there's 2 on the field, 1 can leave, the other one will be destroyed. So most people stop there. Basically, they only run them 2, but I do run a couple other monsters. I do run Grand Mole. Grand Mole is also an ultimate anti-meta card to me. He's very good. Returning stuff, keeping the field cleaned up. He doesn't target. He doesn't destroy. So, yeah, that's a lot of awesomeness from him. Very good card, I feel. I do run 2 Fossil Dyna. This, just tell you up front, this is a Black Garden variant for the chain beat. I don't know why you would run any other kind, really, for running anti-meta stuff. Some people have told me, and I've seen videos even online in the past of people saying, well, stop special summoning. Right, and it does interfere with Black Garden. I do understand that, but you know, I don't necessarily want tokens to my side of the field, and if I have to summon, I don't want to give them free things I got to walk through. So I am perfectly fine with shutting off all special summons altogether. Double Banisher, because nobody can play Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's the whole point of anti-meta, is nobody gets to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Nobody can have fun. So, to go with that double Thunder King Ryo, I debated adding a 3rd. Now that it's off the list, pardon me, that's my clock that always seems to go off when I do videos. I did debate putting a 3rd one in now since it's off the ban list, but chose to stay with the 2 yet. I think 2 is a good number. I feel like you could add 3, but it might be cloggy. I really don't know. Doing, of course, the main point here is the Black Garden. So 3 Black Garden. Black Garden, basically the big thing is that when something is normal or special summon, it gets halved. So it makes stuff easier to deal with. So that when you drop a 3,000, it's a 1,500. Well, I can deal with a 1,500. You know, things like that. So I do have the 1 Terraform to go help search. So it gives you 4 essential targets. So 1 in 10 chance of drawing it. So I really have to say, dualities. I don't have Desire, and if I had Desire, I wouldn't play it in here, to be honest with you. I think that this needs all of its stuff, and some people say that, well, you run multiple copies, you ain't got to worry about it. Well, guess what? I disagree with that. I just don't see the point to push the deck to do things like that. So I do run double Moonmere Shield, though. This is great for throwing on Rabbit because everything's always 100 stronger. So Rabbit can run over anything that's, you know, going to be a problem for him. Also, the fun one I put it on is Dyna, because when Dyna's sitting in defense, it's always 100 more, so you can't ever kill Dyna, and it protects from special summons, so you can kind of sit on that big old butt and not let anybody come through. So I do run 2 Tenki. I don't know why we'd ever run 3, and even with Bear, I think I did once at one time for the while run 3, but it just too much of a dead draw. Once you play it, it kind of sits on your zone, and then you don't want to deal with it, so it just kind of lays there and does a 100-point increase, but really that's not anything of importance. Book of Moon, Raigeki, and of course D-Fissure. Again, Floodgate, just some destruction because why not? Book of the Moon because it's kind of a universal thing. It seems it's always useful, always a good card. So that's kind of long and short with that. Traps, 2 more Floodgates, 2 lose 1 turn. I've never enjoyed 3. Sometimes running things in triplicate is just not as good. I know some people disagree with that, but I just don't think it's as good. It seems to, you see it too often, and sometimes it's just in the way then. So I think 2 is enough on most cards. Double regular Mirror Force and 1 drowning Mirror Force. If I switched the Mirror Forces out, it would be for storming. I currently only have 6 storming, and they're kind of going to other decks that are spoken for. So I had originally 2 in. I added the drowning Mirror Force in because there are times where you get nothing on the board, and that's just it. So drowning is nice because if you storming, you basically make them pick up their hand, and if they went off and they swing into you, basically they can just kind of, in a way, they can redo the whole play again anyway. And I don't think you're really minus enough to do anything at that point with, overall. So this deck doesn't have enough push back. It trades stuff to get advantage, sure, but then you don't have enough, in a weird way, balls to push back and go into your opponent. So I like 1 drowning instead of storming, and the regular forces in there just because with the macro banishment stuff, when you actually kill stuff, it is removed from play. So it just seems like that's better than storming, in my opinion. Double torrential, because I don't like having needle seal when I can run 3 torrential. I might still add a 3rd one in. It's a thing. Double bottomless because why not? We could have 3 of those, so why not run 2 at least? I do like bottomless. It kind of does everything that everybody doesn't like, which is awesome. Macrocosmos because it's Banisher in trap form, and if I could, I would have more of those. Used to have a full removal deck. I'm going to try to make another one soon for a profile. Double Bribe to try to give some protection when people push for plays, mainly. Like if they're trying to push for an MST or Twin Twister or something, just to have that option I think is useful. And then my double Solemns that I have, Judgment and Warning, because I can't afford strikes, and I don't think strike is entirely necessarily in this deck. There's so many other things that break boards and screw with your opponent that I just don't think it's useful in this particular version I run. So, alright, well that's my chain beat for 2018. Thoughts, comments, and subscriptions are welcome. Please go ahead and watch the channel and look for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Updates and deck profiles and such coming soon. This is J Buzzsaw79 signing off, saying thanks for watching.